That's right, ladies and gentlemen, another summer 2014 over 50 hockey doubleheader coming your way. This time week 7, just about ready to kick off the second half of the season. And of course, as entailed, the Red Army take on the winless Gray Wolves right now. Red Army at 5-0-1, looking to rebound after last week's very close shootout loss to the Green Hornets. And of course, as for the Gray Wolves, everything looked like it was going their way in the latter part of the game against the Yellow Jackets, only to fall short of a comeback. And for them, not necessarily the game they want to say will be their best turnaround point, but you know, anything can happen on any given Sunday. I'm Angelo Pontello, bringing you all the live action here in Brandon, alongside my co-partner Andy Townsend. Andy, we can see ourselves with another exciting matchup. Oh yes, and another exciting matchup indeed. Again, like you said it, Red Army 5-0-1, you know, looking to get back on track here. They want to make something happen, and of course, last week against the Green Hornets, they had a lot of opportunities, and they just couldn't capitalize. So now against a team like the Gray Wolves, you know, hopefully they will rebound and get the 2 points that they need. Of course, it's not going to necessarily be a cakewalk as we look on the Gray Wolves side, and it looks like there are quite a number of sub-players for the Gray Wolves. Of course, this was approved by the league late last night, because right now, currently, there is about, from what I'm counting up there, about 4 or 5 current Gray Wolves on the roster, plus a bunch of subs that almost equal 4 to 5 players that they have right now. Well, we won't have to necessarily get their names, hopefully, but maybe refer to them by numbers or what have you. Now, of course, but either way, they have Phil McClung, and of course, saying Phil McClung's not going to do anything. Oh yeah, nobody will really know what you're talking about. Everybody rather knows him as Chewy, and Chewy is just one of the better keepers out there. You know, despite the Gray Wolves being a little bit lackadaisical on defense, you know, Chewy is there to break things down, and he could definitely have a big game. So if the Red Army aren't careful, you know, they could be finding themselves on the fuzzy end of the lollipop. And of course, with the Red Army, again, just quickly, we're not going to get into too much detail about what they have, but again, it's the same thing. It's all led by Angelo Pontello so far, leading the team in goals scored with 7. Oh yeah, and Angelo Pontello, mostly a defenseman, you know, getting the job done here, and him with 7 goals and 3 assists is definitely great to have when you have him as a defenseman. He's also a utility kind of player, can get the job done either as a forward or a defenseman, so watch out for him to have a breakout game. And with that, we will have face-off out to you shortly. Referees getting in position, getting ready. Don't go away, we'll have face-off to you shortly. He is Angelo Pontello of the Over 50 Hockey League. He is the Over 50 elite hockey player. He is the most interesting hockey player in the world.
I don't always break my clavicle playing hockey, but when I do, I use rock tape. Play healthy, my friends.
Our folks just about ready to get set for the first period face-off coming up. And of course, our game brought to you by Rock Tape, one of the approved kinesthesiology tapes used for over 50 hockey approved players in this over 50 hockey league. It should be yours too whenever you get a chance. Rock Tape. And with that, game begins. Phil trying to clear this one out, but quickly stopped by Finley trying to get to the puck, but instead Demeza interferes with him, and now goes Rick Gallant the other way looking for Lightning Lou, and it gets past him. Puck will bounce all the way towards Chewy, and that's where he'll fall on in and make a save. 21 seconds into this game, and it looks like Red Army are looking to start off strong here as they got Steve Paganella playing forward, Rick Gallant and Lou Demeza playing to accompany him at the forward position. Armstrong trying to flip this one up towards Quicko, gets it back over towards Creighton, interfering with him, or not necessarily interfering, was Demeza. And now Grey Wolves cough the puck away. This one going back towards Pontello, gets over towards Gallant. Gallant on the move, Armstrong back to defend. Gallant trying to get the pass back towards Paganella. Paganella takes the shot, hits Chewy. Could have taken a little bit more care of the puck. He had Angelo Pontello open. Oh yeah, and just of course, if you'll see Paganella there, you had a great opportunity. I'm not saying it was wrong to take the shot, but you had options. And with Angelo Pontello back known for his big time shots, you could have used them there. So puck now towards Armstrong. Armstrong's on the move with it. Looking to get the pass around, instead stopped and intercepted by Dominici, looking to take his chance. Instead gets knocked away. Dominici in the deep slot, now gets over towards Liebler, and here comes Armstrong the other way. Neil Armstrong on the move. Mike Ricci quickly skating back, looking to try to stop. Here comes Armstrong with the finish, takes the shot, gets knocked away. And almost a near individual effort there by Armstrong could have been dangerous for the Grey Wolves. Now comes Liebler the other way, looking to set up, takes the high shot, hits post. Chewy knocks it away, and here comes Dominici on the rebound. Looks to set up, stopped and taken away by the Grey Wolves. Here comes Hogan Yee. And then Yee tried to pass it out, instead intercepted by Ricci, and here come the Grey Wolves again. Liebler on top. Puck gets cleared out. Herman stops it, feeds it over to Steve Burns. Puck now taken by DeMeza. Looks to set up to Gallant. Instead, puck gets bounced away. Grey Wolves fielded in position. We'll flip the puck high and into the bench. And that will stop play for a little while. Red Army now taking a little breather. Grey Wolves repositioning themselves. Face-off taking place deep in the Grey Wolves zone. Mike Falbo takes the face-off against Tom Finley. Creighton in position, ready to take that face-off. As Finley passes it back towards the end. Grey Wolves looking to move the puck forward, and instead they'll dump this one out. This one all the way in the Red Army end. Phil Field will come to take it for the Red Army. They'll find the pass off to Gallant. Instead intercepted by Creighton, but then Pontello's right on top to knock this one away. Back in the Grey Wolf end, where it will be for an icing call. And now face-off will be taking place in the other end, as now it's deep in the Red Army zone. While you look at both teams right now, everything seems to be a little bit even. But for the Red Army, they seem kind of slow right now. DeMeza all the way in the corner, looking to see if he could possibly set up. Pontello flips it high, looking over for Lightning Lou, and he's got him, and it's a big tie breakaway for the Red Army. Lightning Lou versus Chewy, takes the shot, it gets knocked away. And now referee stops play, I guess. Yeah, the net moved in the process. But a very nice move there. Very well done by the Red Army. Nice little strategy there. Grey Wolves did not see Lightning Lou. And that almost could have been a big time breakaway. A big opportunity for DeMeza to put up 1-0 for the Red Army, and he just can't get it done. So you could count that as one major opportunity for the Red Army to try to score, and they get denied. And that's where, again, you know, you see Chewy, and he comes in, you know, when the Grey Wolves are in doubt. Pontello with the shot, looking to flip to Paganella, and instead it gets knocked away. Now Armstrong gets it off to Finley. Tom Finley finds Yee on the left side into Red Army zone. Phil Field coming on top of Yee, and instead he'll dump this one out in the Red Army end. Tom Finley now moving out of the deep slot, looking to set up to Creighton. And now Phil Field gets the pass off to Liebler, and he's on the move, looking to set up to Ricci, and Ricci can't control it. Now back over to Armstrong. Phil Field breaks through, and he'll intercept it from Finley, and now it's back over towards the Grey Wolves and Mark Creighton as he gets the pass off to Yee. Now intercepted by Angelo Pontello. He's on the move, looking to make a move off of Hogan Yee, and he's on the move. Still more two Grey Wolf defenders to take. Bounces off of Chewy, and it's in! Angelo Pontello with his big-time shots, and it looks like that was a little too hot for Chewy to handle. A little too hot indeed, you know. Chewy thought he had that one with the glove save. Could have been a little bit better, but Chewy had a chance to position himself for that shot, and he just didn't position himself correctly, and now Red Army have a 1-0 lead. Angelo Pontello now with his 8th goal of the season with 8:19 to go in the first. And the Red Army strike first. And here comes Scott McCants looking to try to equalize here. He's going to have to work a little harder if he's going to try to get past the Red Army. Gallant off the boards. We'll find Lou DeMeza. And now DeMeza's on the move as Grey Wolf defenders are back. Demeza fires the shot off of Chewy, knocked away. Gray Wolves try to have a rebound there, but now it's taken by Dominici. Now back over towards Gallant. Finds Mudra, now over to Demeza. Looking to set up here. Puck around. Gallant thought he had it, but instead it's taken away by the Gray Wolves. Now sets up to Dominici. Mudra with the shot, knocked away. Armstrong trying to clear this one out. Instead, Gallant knocks it away. Here comes Demeza. Fires the shot. In the deep slot, Armstrong looking to clear this one out. He will. Puck sliding back, and here comes McCants looking to set up to Pernice. Fires the shot high. Herman knocks it away. Dominici trying to control it in his own end. Now it's back over towards Gallant. Looks to set up to Falbo. Falbo gets a long pass out towards Ricci, but now they're in the Gray Wolf zone. Puck now taken away by the Gray Wolves. They're on the move, looking to set up. Instead, it's intercepted by Liebler. Gray Wolves flip it back towards Chewy. He'll fall on it, and he'll reposition for the Gray Wolves. Puck now towards Creighton. Gets this one off the boards and skating towards Tom Finley. Looking to beat out Larry Liebler for the puck. Looks to set up to Yee. And Yee completely passed it the wrong direction. Had he passed it the other way, I think Creighton might have been there for the nice setup. Creighton on the move again, denied by Pontello, now back over towards Hogan Yu. Looks to set up to Tom Finley. Finley couldn't get the right bounce off, and now Gray Wolf set up again. They fire the shot, and Herman's there with the save. Gray Wolf starting to make some progress here. They know their position. They're trying to set up correctly here. The setup is perfect for the Gray Wolves. Now they're just looking to capitalize. Tom Finley sets his men as he takes the face-off against Steve Paganella deep in the Red Army zone. This one now back over towards Hogan Yee. Now to Pontello to clear this one out, but the Gray Wolves will quickly stop it, and they'll look to set up again. Sets up now towards Creighton. Instead, it's taken away by Paganella. Two Red Army players were on top of Creighton at the time. And now it's over towards Demeza, looking to get this one around, maybe set up to Gallant. Gallant in the deep slot looking to set up, and instead Chewy will have no foolery and he'll make the save. 5:53 to go. Red Army still with a 1-0 lead. And again, you have to be wondering what is going on at this point. I mean, both teams, they're doing really well, but for the Red Army that we're looking to try to put points up, I don't think they were expecting the Gray Wolves to play such great defense. Well, it's a little bit not just defense, but it's the, whatchamacallit. The Grey Wolves are playing very well, and these sub players are definitely stepping it up here for the Grey Wolves. So, you know, now if they can equalize this one into points, you know, that'll be even better for them. Puck now towards Lieber, looks to pass it to Dominici. 3 Red Army players in 1 puck, so it was really difficult to try to control or make a setup of some kind. As Lieber now gets to the puck, finds Steve Byrne, taken away by Jim Pernice, looks to set up to McCants, taking the shot, bouncing around, and on a rebound shot was Jim Pernice, and instead it also gets knocked away. That's another opportunity for the Grey Wolves to capitalize, and they just couldn't get it done. Grey Wolf players setting up in the deep slot. Now to McCants. Paganella lost balance, but still was able to deflect McCants' shot. Armstrong with the shot, looks to set up to McCants again, and it gets knocked away. Dominici looks to set up to Paganella. Instead, this one gets cleared all the way out. Chewy stops it, and he will get this one knocked away from Ricci. Ricci controls the puck, but Grey Wolf players are there and ready to go. Here comes Neil Armstrong, trying to enter Red Army zone. He does. Pontello playing well on Armstrong as he takes the shot. Herman had no problem making the stop there. Intercepted by Quicko, puts it back in the Red Army zone. Here's Angelo Pontello. Finds Liebler. Liebler looks to set up to Demeza, all open on the right side into Grey Wolf zone. Demeza passes it back looking for Pontello. Instead, it's picked up by Creighton for the Grey Wolves. Gets this one over to Hogan Yee, knocked away by Pontello. Now back to his full field in the Red Army. Now setting up to John Mudra, instead picked up by Gallant. Hogan Yee on top. Shot missed, knocked away. Here comes Creighton and the Grey Wolves. Looks to make a move around field. He does. Grey Wolf players setting up. Tom Finley looking like he was about to make the chase on it. Instead, Hogan Yee takes it now back over towards Finley, struggling to control the puck as it gets to Pontello. Puck skating around, bouncing around, and it looks like the puck was still able to get away. Mark Creighton now looking to set up. As his shot's deflected off of Pontello's stick, now sets up to Yee. Over to Creighton to flip it around. Herman knocks it away. Puck now back towards Yee. Flips it. Yee, or correction, Phil Field stops it. Mudra now looking to clear it out the other way. And it'll get past the defender at center ice. And this one now back in the Grey Wolf end. That'll give the Red Army an opportunity to change their line. Looks for the pass around. Instead, Dominici lets this one go. This one now back in the Red Army end. Steve Byrne looks to set up to Ricci. Ricci barely finds Falbo, and they're on the move. Falbo takes the shot right on the Grey Wolf defender. Could have taken a little bit more care on the puck. Now over to Pernice, sets up to Yee. Yee passing it around now towards Finley. Ricci bounces it away, and referee is gonna, or the referee on the left will call it a high sticking, while the other one was gonna let this one play on. Again, agree to disagree. The referees will need to be a little bit more in the chemistry book there. They have to basically know what they're calling here, and sometimes the two referees, the disadvantage of that is one can call one way, the other calls the other way, and there's a lot of confusion on the ice. This one now back towards Quickle, winds up for the shot, deflected off of Dominici. Here comes Falbo off the boards. Don't know exactly why he chose to do that, maybe to get this one away. Well, yeah, it looks like that was Mike Falbo's way of trying to clear this one out, but it gets back to the Grey Wolves, and it's back in the Red Army end. But now with Herman, he was able to call it on icing. Now both teams will regroup. Face-off will take place deep in the Grey Wolf zone with 2:26 to go in the first period. And again, you don't know what the Grey Wolves are capable of despite the lack of performance. So Quickle as he tries to clear this one out, but stopped by Steve Byrne, takes the shot right on Neil Armstrong's stick. He'll look to make the pass off to McCants, and Dominici will knock it away instead. Larry Liebler looking to set up, looks to find Paganella, and it gets knocked away. And here comes Paganella, looks to set up again with another shot, and instead McCants looks to clear this one out, stopped by Dominici. Gets the pass back over towards DeMezza, looks to set up, bouncing around, and a nice save there by Chewy. I know the camera didn't really have a nice zoom-in view on that, but what happened was DeMezza took an initial shot, it bounced off of Chewy's pad, and it deflected right up into his glove for the save. Talk about geometry there. Phil McClung definitely knows geometry if he's able to make a save like that. So John Mudger checks in now. We'll take the face-off. Gallant motioning Phil Field to come up. Phil Field taking an initial shot. Now over towards Gallant and V-slot, passing it back towards DeMezza. Looks to set up, and it's another save by Chewy. Red Army are going to have to get some different strategy going, because taking a shot like that is not going to phase the keeper at all. But again, it's like we said in the pregame, Andy, if you're going to stop Chewy, you have to be a little bit smarter in terms of how you're going to score. I mean, if you're playing finesse, that's just about the only way you're going to stop this keeper. Oh, yes, no doubt about it. If you're playing finesse, and that's what the Red Army still need to try to come up with, you have to play real finesse hockey here if you're going to get some more points on the board. Because if you're going to take initial shots or sneak-in shots, Chewy is gifted with so much awareness, and that is what makes him one of the elite keepers, is just that awareness factor. And that's what's helping the Grey Wolves right now. Puck now over towards Creighton on the left side. Makes a move off of Gallant. Only Phil Field back, and here comes 3-on-1 for the Grey Wolves. Creighton looks to set up to Finley, and it looked like the Grey Wolves almost crashed the net that time. Puck is going back towards the Grey Wolf end. Looking to regroup here. Puck now towards Tom Finley. He's got Hogan Yee to work with. This one now towards Creighton. Looks to set up to Yee, and it gets knocked away. And here comes Dominici for the Red Army. This one back Gallant pops this one the other direction, looking to get this one off the boards. Now it's Dominici. Instead, taking away, it's Tom Finley. Mudrick trying to stop Finley as he gets the pass off towards Creighton. Fires the shot, hits the post. Creighton on the rebound shot. And the puck is stopped by Herman. He falls on it for the save. Great shot there by Creighton. I couldn't have done it any better myself if I were to pick up a hockey stick. Mark Creighton had just the right rebound shot on target, and he just had a nice shot, just hit the post. Unfortunate for the Grey Wolves that didn't capitalize. So Tom Finley, Mike Falbo take the face off. Ricci trying to fight for this one. Lots of hacking at the puck right now, and that's what's causing it to bounce so much. Creighton will regroup. Ricci trying to stop him, but he won't get a chance. Creighton looking to set up to McCants. Instead, Dominici knocks this one away. Ricci regroups for the Red Army. 10 seconds to go in the first. Shot taken, gets knocked away. And instead, this one gets cleared out. And there will be an icing call, but I think they're going to let this one go for the end of the first period. I will say this, Andy, if Time Boy had a little bit more reflex skill, that would have been about 0.2 seconds or 0.2 of a second when the referee blew the whistle for the icing call. Oh yeah, not everybody has the great reflex time as some of these hockey players, so you have to give them credit there. You know, they do what they do. And with that, we enter first intermission. The score here, the Red Army 1, Grey Wolves 0. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back here, folks. Start of the second period. Red Army hanging on to a 1-0 lead here as the Grey Wolves are looking to equalize. They got referees just want to make sure the Red Army doors are closed. Mike Falbo for the Red Army taking the face-off against one of the sub-players for the Grey Wolves. This one now towards Field. Field looking to set up back towards Pontello, and Angelo Pontello's on the move. Gets around a couple of Grey Wolves. Still on, looking for a second goal opportunity. Bounces away. Ricci looking to finish. It gets knocked away. Ricci setting up to Pontello. Puck flipped high. Falbo trying to knock this one away. Back towards Chewy, and now the Grey Wolves take it the other way. Finds an open McCants on the right side. Red Army have to quickly skate back here. McCants looking to wind up for the shot. Knocked away by Herman. McCants back. Looks to clear this one out, or setting this one up to Armstrong. Neil Armstrong fires the shot and gets deflected by Phil Field. Quicko regroups for the Grey Wolves. He is skating a long ways back, almost to midpoint of the Grey Wolves zone. Red Army quickly changing their line here as they're on the move looking to set up to Bernice. Instead, Demeza stops it, now taken away by Dominici. Now back towards Steve Byrne, misses the pass, and here comes McCants. Dangerous here. Hits it high, and it gets knocked away, hits the crossbar. A neat opportunity there for the Grey Wolves. They just cannot capitalize. And yet that is just the third big-time opportunity they had, and they couldn't get the job done. As the Mezzo winds up for the shot, it's saved by Chewy. But just for their opportunity for the Grey Wolves, they don't have as many opportunities, but they are, at the same time, you know, these opportunities, if they're capitalizing on most of them, they could be having a lead right now. Puck possession's just been about equal up to this point as Tom Finley takes it against Dominici. But you got to be wondering at this point, Andy, you know, Grey Wolves look like they're doing well so far. We don't know how these sub-players are going to handle out, but we do know what half of that team is capable of. Oh, yes, no doubt about it. And when you're also looking at the Grey Wolves, too, I mean, it's like we've been saying all season, Angelo. They have the capability to possibly come up with the first win here. You know, I personally would actually be shocked if they ended up going 0-12. You know, because you look at a team like the Grey Wolves, and they could be beating a team like the Yellow Jackets. Again, it's how they want to set up their players, and they're still trying to find the right system because guys are still getting used to one another. So I personally think that, you know, Grey Wolves are not going to end 0-12, but at the same time here, they're going to need to kind of get their act together and start playing in some hockey here together. Hogany sets up to Finley. Looks for a pass to an open Creighton on the left side. Paganello looking to skate back here, but as Creighton fires the shot and he gets knocked away, comes Hogany. Now sets up over towards Paganello, looking for some options here as he finds Rick Gallant. But misses out on Gallant, but instead Paganello picks up on the puck. Will fire the shot and it gets deflected off a Grey Wolf defender. Wide open puck as Creighton skates for it and is Phil Field back. Makes a move around field, looking to set up, takes a shot. He gets knocked away. Now it's Tom Finley looking to set up here, looking for a man. And now comes Angelo Pontello the other direction, looks to set up to Ricci. Instead this one's coming back, intended for Finley. Now it's over towards McCanson, it's going to be offside. And it looks like in the process there was some kind of penalty that ensued. Maybe it wasn't McCants being offsides. It might have been Jim Pernice on something. And I believe that might have been too many men, because I know at one point when the Grey Wolves were trying to change their line, you know, maybe perhaps Jim Pernice touched the puck maybe, and they were trying to switch out players, so that might have been too many men. Well, either way, this is a big-time power play for the Red Army. They could extend their lead if they capitalize. But as for the Grey Wolves, they are a man down, and they're going to need to be doing all they can to try to stop the Red Army. As McCants puts this one back in his zone, Pontello flips this one over now from Mudra to Mike Ricci. Ricci looking to set up to Liebler. He'll find Liebler. McCants on top of Larry Liebler as he's still controlling with the puck. McCants pushes Liebler off the puck. Now it's over to Mudra looking to take the initial shot. Now it's over to Ricci. Red Army still looking to set up as McCants is going to go ahead and dump this one out in the Red Army end. That'll kill more time off the clock. Pontello with the move off of McCants. He passes it forward across the middle to Lightning Lou. Sets up to Gallant. Gallant with the shot and it gets knocked away. Or not knocked away, stopped and saved by Chewy. 53 seconds left on Pernice's penalty. And 7:53 to go in the second period. Again, Angelo, it's not as bad as it seems. I mean, the Grey Wolves are a team that is a force not to be reckoned with, but at the same time, it's just, you have to look at it this way. All 6 games that they've played so far, they've come up short all 6 times. Call it coincidence, just call it lack of finish, but you know, the Grey Wolves are definitely not the 0-16 that we're seeing here right now. I don't think that even sounded right. I think what I meant to say was their record definitely does not indicate the quality of play these Grey Wolves are playing right now. That's better, Andy. I think that's probably the better way of putting it. This one now back towards Paganella as he finds Gallant. Red Army taking their time looking to set up. Pass back to Gallant. Back to Paganella, back to Gallant. Looks to set up the foul ball. Grey Wolves just trying to knock this one away as Paganella skates back a little. Regroups for the Red Army looking for that open shot. Takes it, knocked away by Chewy, looking for the rebound, and Grey Wolves back to full strength looking to set up to Gallant. Yee comes in the way. He'll barely get the reach on it and he will dump this one out. Herman now finds Steve Byrne. Instead stopped and intercepted by Hogan Yee. Looks to set up to Creighton on the left side. Finds a shot, knocked away by Herman. Crane again. This one bouncing around. Pete Dominici with the puck. Looks to set up to Paganella. Instead, this one gets cleared out the other way. And this will be for an icing call. Both teams now change their line. Tom Finley takes the face-off against Pete Dominici. Puck back, this one now over towards Angelo Pontello, looking to clear this one out. He'll be successful, but this will be for an icing call. I think we knew that Angelo Pontello was trying to get the puck on the move on there, but I don't think there was any player that was within that remote area to try to get the pass off to, and that's why I think it just went out for the icing call.
Actually, I had a fucking 30-pound corner. How you doing?
Ricci trying to get to the puck, and Jeff Quicko is definitely holding on to him, and that's going to be another penalty coming up for the Grey Wolves. And it's a holding call on Jeff Quicko. And how about this guy? I think he's starting to become a leader in the league, leading the penalty minutes. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. When you're Jeff Quicko, you know, your mentality is you have to try to stop a breakaway at all costs. You know, very similar to Paul Rockhill, you know. Maybe not necessarily they're certainly not the fastest players out there, so you have to come up with some other alternative penalty, but for Quicko to pick up the yellow card, it's not going to be good news for the Grey Wolves. Armstrong trying to clear this one out, but it's stopped by Phil Field. He'll dump this one back in the Grey Wolf end. This one coming around. Gets past, and this one's going back towards the Red Army end. Herman passes it to Pontello. Angelo Pontello has a lot of ice to work with. He'll find the pass to Gallant. Looks to pass it back to Dominici. This one gets knocked away. Instead, Armstrong knocks this one over to Finley. And Tom Finley will dump this one high. It goes all the way back to the Red Army end. And this is definitely a breather that the Grey Wolves have needed. The Red Army are just not moving the puck as we were expecting, and the Grey Wolves are just having a lot of time to just breathe and relax. Demeza sets up the field. Takes the shot, deflected off of Hogan Yee. Now it's Pontello. Fires the shot, deflected off of a skate on the Grey Wolf defender. Field passes it back to Demeza. Looks to set up to Mudra. 45 seconds remain on Quicko's penalty. This one now back to Mudra. Looks to set up to Yee instead of defender is knocked away. Pontello shoots it high. This one gets knocked away. Field gets held up by Hogan Yee. No call there as the Grey Wolves are now on the move. On the right side, in the deep slot. And this one now gets passed around the other way, but instead it's Lieber who will take it. Looking for foul ball. Lightning Lou looking to skate for it quickly here. And no icing call will be made as Pontello now takes the puck, looking to set up the foul ball. Grey Wolves defended well. And now comes Scott McCants, only Steve Byrne back. McCants fires the shot, this one going high. Now back over towards Pontello. Grey Wolf coming in the way. Liebler trying to get to the puck. But it was defended well. Here comes Larry Liebler again looking to set up. Finds Falbo. Looking to set up to Ricci. Flies through and it's in. And I believe Mike Falbo will be the one being credited with that goal since he last touched it. Real unfortunate for the Grey Wolves there. That is not the kind of goal you want to give up. I mean, some could consider that a garbage goal, but you know, you have to play that one a little bit better. But give credit to Mike Falbo. He just tipped it the right way, and it slid past Chewy, and Chewy just took the wrong angle on that puck. So with 3:33 to go, Mike Falbo finds himself with his first goal this season. which now leaves only one player who has not scored a goal yet for the Red Army, and that's Steve Byrne, the other defenseman. Ricci gets it over to Steve Byrne. Looks to Falbo again, sets up. Weaver couldn't get the right shot off. Here comes Falbo again, rebound now to Ricci. Taking the shot, and it gets knocked away. Liebler skates around. Liebler getting around a lot of Grey Wolves. Will fire the shot, and again, it's missed. Red Army now on another rebound attempt. Back to Liebler. Takes the shot again, hits the post. Red Army fourth attempt on the rebound. Now to Liebler, and now taken away by Jeff Quicko and the Grey Wolves. Bounces off of Pernice, skates now over towards Tom Finley. Will fire the shot, and Herman makes the save. Tom Finley versus Pete Dominici on the face-off. Deep in the Red Army zone. Puck bouncing around. Now comes Pontello. Looks to set up to Gallant. Now Gallant looks for an open lightning loop via Armstrong. Looks to make a move around and gets knocked away. Puck now to Hogan Yee. Passes it right back to Mark Creighton. This one all the way back in the Red Army end as Phil Peel looks to pass it around towards Gallant. Gallant now to Dominici. Gets around Armstrong, and he's got DeMezza to work with. Dominici fires the shot. Now comes rebounding Gallant. Dominici passes it back to Pontello. Winding up for the shot. Bouncing around. Hits the crossbar. Now comes Tom Finley. Pontello back. Finley fires the shot. Herman makes a nice save. Again with the welcome back here, folks. Start of the third and final period, and it looks like it's going to be Steve Byrne taking the face-off against Tom Finley. And then again, what other choice do you have if you're playing a man down to start the third period? Referee signals the keepers to be ready, and he now drops the puck. Puck now back to Hogan Yee. Looking for, I guess, Mark Creighton at that time. Creighton now looking to set this one back over towards Hogan Yee, and he's got Neil Armstrong on the right side. Armstrong trying to pass this one back just a little bit far out of Creighton's reach, and here comes Lightning Lou the other way. He'll get this one around Steve Byrne. Here comes DeMezza again, look to get this one around Quicko. Instead, Chewy knocks this one away. Here comes Pontello on the rebound. Looking to set up to Steve Byrne, but instead it's taken away by Neil Armstrong. This one gets around Paganella. Now comes Creighton looking to make a move around Pontello. Looks to set back towards Armstrong. Taking the shot, knocked away. And now looking to set up to Finley on the rebound. Instead, Pontello knocks this one away. But now back to Pontello. Gets this one off the boards. Bounces off of Quicko and into the bench of the Red Army. And it looks like Tom Finley and Angelo Pontello are making amends there after a little 2-second scuffle on the ice. I'm not exactly sure what that was about. I think Tom Finley was trying to get real aggressive with Pontello, and Pontello would have none of that hanky-panky. 10:55 to go in the game. Again, 2-0 Red Army, and 37 seconds remain in Phil Field's penalty. Mudrow will clear this one out in the Grey Wolf end. As Chewy awaits a defender to pick up on the puck and now gets the pass off to McCants. Chance looks to set up as a Grey Wolf player had Paganella was back turned. Looking to set up there, looking for the finish by Pernice, and he gets knocked away. Grey Wolves look to regroup again, still looking to try to put a goal on the board, and the Red Army's defense has just been doing a superb job of denying the Grey Wolves so far. Puck stopped and intercepted by Pontello, gets knocked away. Gallant looks to set up to Mudra. Back to Gallant. Looks to set around. Here comes Liebler looking to find a man, and instead a Grey Wolf picks up on the puck and takes it away. Now intercepted by Dominici. Red Army looking for another setup chance. Puck to Liebler. Back to Pontello. Fires the shot. And there will be no opportunity there for the Red Army. Here from the Grey Wolves the other way. Jim Pernice in Red Army zone. The referee stops play. Maybe an offsides. Mike Falbo versus Tom Finley for the face-off. Creighton quickly passes it back to Yee. Hogan Yee looking to get it to Neil Armstrong off the boards. Instead, Rick Gallant takes it away. Looking for an open through the middle pass to Demeza. Quickle working off of Lou Demeza as Lightning Lou look to try to finish, and instead Quickle denies him. Armstrong gets the pass off to Finley as he's looking to enter Red Army zone. Finds it back towards Armstrong on the right side, setting up to Hogan Yee. Sliding pass. Instead, it's now Finley looking for a setup. Finley finds Quicko, fires the shot, and Lonnie Herman makes the save. And just like that, it's all been quick setups for the Red Army. But as for the Grey Wolves, whenever they do get setups, they seem to not be getting the right speed on the puck. Oh yeah, and if you're going to start making moves and scoring on Lonnie Herman, you're going to have to be a little bit faster with the puck, making a quick tic-tac-toe chances, but you cannot be taking your time with the puck and then decide to wind up, because that's when Lonnie Herman will be ready for you. Puck to Quicko, finds Creighton, flips it high in the Red Army end. Pontello will take the puck in his own end. He's got lots of options to work with. He'll finally find Ricci on the right side, entering Grey Wolf zone. Ricci sets up to Pontello, fires the shot, knocked away. Here comes Steve Byrne, looks to finish, and it's in! Are you kidding me? Steve Byrne on the rebound shot. Chewy was not even aware. And that will extend the Red Army lead to 3-0. And for the first time in over 50 hockey history, every single individual member has scored a goal in one season. Oh yeah, that is a definite milestone to keep right there. You know, Steve Byrne as he scores, you know, and then Mike Favreau earlier in the game. You know, the Red Army now makes sure everyone has scored a goal. And that is going to be a momentous occasion for the team. Grey Wolves at this point still looking to try to find some kind of way. Tom Finley on the move for the Grey Wolves, looks to set up to Creighton on the left side as the puck gets over towards the Red Army end. As it's now to Finley. Neil Armstrong at the deep slot, intended pass to Creighton, instead taken away by Liebler. We'll find Mike Ricci as he looks to try to clear this puck out. And this one is heading towards the Grey Wolf end as Chewy signals for the icing call. I'll give both teams an opportunity to change their line. Right now with a 3-0 lead for this Red Army team, it looks like there's nothing that the Grey Wolves are going to be doing in the next 7.5 minutes to try to come back. There we go again, Angelo. We're starting to predict what's going to happen in the last 7.5 minutes, but we can't make that assumption. You never know what's going to happen with the Grey Wolves if they all of a sudden have some miracle happening and they turn around and get the 3 goals. But still a little too early to dictate who's going to be a winner. Puck back. Demeza takes the puck up quickly. On top of him is Scott McCants, and the Grey Wolves reposition themselves, get the puck. McCants now on the move, only Paganella to beat. Takes a shot and misses the net. Bernice now to McCants, looking to set up. Instead, it's Paganella who will take this one away. Puck slides all the way on the left side to Lou Demeza. Demeza on the move, but the Grey Wolves quickly come back. And the Red Army will regroup. Puck now back to Pontello. Looks to set up to Phil Field. Field back to Pontello. As Pontello gets this one off the boards, this one will slide back to the Grey Wolf end. And the Grey Wolves will have to regroup. Puck now stopped by Phil Field. Finds Pontello. Looking for Ricci. Instead, this one goes all the way into the Grey Wolf end. Jeff Quicko picks up on the puck. Pontello trying to locate the puck. Instead, he can't, and now the Grey Wolves come away the other direction. Taking a shot, hits up high, and the Grey Wolves finally get a goal on the board. And of course, you would think it would be one of the sub players, and that is exactly what it was. It looks like one of the substitute players finally came in for the Grey Wolves. So with 6:03 to go, Grey Wolves still alive, and now it's 1 down, 2 to go for them. Puck bouncing around, this one now over towards Ricci, and here comes Jeff Quicko. Gets it around Dominici. Jeff Quicko makes the move, takes the shot. And he gets knocked away. Here comes Grey Wolves again on another opportunity. And now taken away by Dominici as he looks to get this pass off to Ricci. And now taken away by Creighton and the Grey Wolves. Back in the Red Army end as it's now Neil Armstrong moving the puck up. And Paganella will dump this one out. This one now over towards Chewy. Ricci picks up on the puck. Or it did look like he picked up on the puck, but Hogan, he was in the way, knocks it around. Grey Wolves looking to clear this one out. Stopped by Creighton. Looks for Finley on the right side. And he is defended well by Pontello. Finley sets it back up. Grey Wolves winding up for the shot. Bouncing puck. Lonnie Herman finds an open Larry Liebler. And the Grey Wolves will quickly catch up to Liebler. Looking to set up to Demeza, takes the shot, and Chewy had no problem making the save. And again, another opportunity for Lou Demeza to try to capitalize, and he gets snuffed out by Chewy. Puck around Grey Wolves defense looking to look like it was cleared out. And it looks like everybody was just stopped. Their referees didn't have wasn't really on the move. They were just talking around with the players, and that got everybody confused. Again, that's where the power of refereeing comes in, you know. When they're doing one thing and talking around, then that confuses everyone, but referees definitely need to pay attention more to the game versus the socializing call. Back to Pernice taking the shot. Instead gets deflected and intercepted by Paganella. Now back to the Grey Wolves on a rebound chance. Back to Pernice. In the Red Army end, here comes the Meza trying to clear this one away. Now it's over to Gallant. Puck back to Demeza, now over towards Paganella. This one looks like it was about to get cleared out. The Grey Wolves are on the move the other way. Now taking and intercepting, it's Blue Demeza. Gets the pass off to Gallant, back to Demeza. Demeza fires the shot right into the Grey Wolf defender. Open puck, here comes Dominici. He fires the shot. And Quicko shoves Burn off the puck. And this puck gets cleared out. Herman signals for the icing call. He'll get one. Or no, perhaps not. That'll give both teams a chance to change their line. Three minutes to go in the game. And there's your icing call. And it looks like a timeout's being called. Looks like the Grey Wolves called it. And that'll give both teams a chance to discuss strategy. As the Grey Wolves still down by 2 goals with 2:56 to go. They're gonna need to come up with some kind of game plan to get back in this one. Perhaps maybe even pull the keeper, but we will see. Red Army 3, Grey Wolves 1 when we return.
Hello? Hey, who? What's up? Nothing, B. Just watching the game, having a bud. What's up with you? Watching the game, having a bud. True. What's up? Yo, where's Dookie? Yo, Dookie! Yo. What's up? Yeah, right.
Apologize about the delay, folks, as Pontello quickly takes the puck up. Looks to find an open man in Liebler. Instead, this puck gets knocked away. Here comes Pontello again. Looks now to get this one over towards Mudra. Fires a shot. Open puck exposed. Now comes Armstrong. Now comes McCants the other way. Now finds Finley. Finley fires for the shot, knocked away by Herman. Now comes Pontello the other way. He shoots it right to Neil Armstrong. Armstrong taking his chance, and he took a little too much time. And there's a shot by Mark Creighton. And the Grey Wolves are now definitely back in this game with 2:12 to go. But should have been a little bit more awareness by the Red Army defense there. Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Red Army definitely could have been a little bit more careful. You know, for Angelo Pontello, he could have cleared it out a different direction, but instead he gave it right to Neil Armstrong, and the Grey Wolves were able to rebound from that one. So now the Grey Wolves, if they pull a 6th man, can now look for the opportunity to try to tie this game. Paganella with the puck. Sets up the Gallant. Look to get this one off of Demeza. Instead, it's taken and intercepted by the Grey Wolves. Taking it back again. This one now over towards Demeza. Now back to Armstrong. Sets up to Finley. Get it to around Gallant. And here comes Scott McCants and Mark Creighton. And they're looking to work. Creighton taking the shot. And here comes Gallant trying to clear this one up to Demeza, now to Falbo. And finds an open Demeza. He'll clear this one now into the shot, and it's in! Apparently, as the Grey Wolves were making on the move, they must have somehow pulled the keeper out in the process. And with that, Demeza ices the game with 1:29 to go. And how about this game here? Grey Wolves almost had the opportunity to come back here and maybe pull off an upset, but the Red Army still were able to get their heads on straight, and now it looks like they'll be coming out with a 6-0-1 record here. McCants losing a little bit of control on the puck. This one now to Ricci. Looks to set up to Liebler. And it gets tipped away by Creighton, and now it's Scott McCants and the Grey Wolves the other direction. Looking to pass back to Armstrong, intended for Finley. Now Finley regroups. Looks to set up to Armstrong. Knocked off of Steve Byrne. Now comes Creighton with the shot. Now to McCants as we enter the final minute. And it looks like there's been a high sticking call. And at the same time, looks like part of Phil Field's face mask fell off as well. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. He played his heart out. Yep, it looks like that visor part on his mask there must have broke off, and it looks a big time possibility. And now the Red Army call a timeout again. Or it looks like Angelo Pontello must have gotten a penalty. I don't know exactly what happened, but again, we'll find out eventually, per se, or perhaps not. Yeah, again, referees can call certain things, and we're just not quite aware about that. But either way, this will be the Grey Wolves' last chance to get back in this one. So with that, 4-2, Red Army taking a timeout. But this might go against their favors if the Grey Wolves capitalize with 45.3 seconds to go in the game. Red Army 4, Grey Wolves 2. Welcome back here, folks, into the final minute of this game. And with 45 seconds to go, Grey Wolves are going to somehow look to try to pull off a miraculous 2 goals. As Ricolon now takes the puck, bounces off of Armstrong. This one's going back. 30 seconds to go. Grey Wolves struggling to move the puck now. As it was to Creighton, instead Dominici fires again, bounces through, and it looks like a 6th man was pulled once again for the Grey Wolves. And now it's Pete Dominici who puts it in. 5-2 Red Army. And on a man down, 6-on-4, the Red Army still found a way to score. Well, for the Grey Wolves at this point, you know, I was expecting them to pull the regular, 5-man and the keeper, because you knew that they were going to be doing this strategy. But now at this point, it is all but over here, and it's just time to kill out this final 20 seconds and call it a game. Grey Wolves defense just going to knock this one around. This one now to Dominici. Skating around with it, Dominici's just going to hold on to the puck. Gets the pass over to Paganella, and that is going to do it at this point. He'll pick up the puck, and that is how the game is going to end. Final score here at the iSports Forum, Red Army 5, Grey Wolves 2. And technically, since this is a home game for the Grey Wolves, use a baseball term here, there is no joy in Mudville, as the Grey Wolves still remain winless on the season, dropping to 0-7. And of course, again, like we said before, Angelo, their record definitely does not indicate the quality of this team. Grey Wolves again, 7 consecutive times they played their hearts out, and they were 7 consecutive times that they ended up on the wrong side of the game. Of course, so far there's been a couple of other opportunities that happened for the Grey Wolves in this past season, but of course it definitely hurts when you're really at the low end of the game part. And of course, give credit out to Chewy. He did his best. Might have let one garbage goal in, but nevertheless, You know, he played his hearts out. And again, Red Army improved to 6-0-1 with a total of 13 points on the season. So for the Red Army, they continue to ride high and they finally get a win that they needed. This has been another production of PBM. And of course, as always, stay tuned for our next game of our over 50 hockey doubleheader as the Green Hornets take on the Yellow Jackets. Not a lot you can say here, Angelo. You know, Grey Wolves, Red Army played it out, they duked it out, but unfortunately there's only one winner, and most of us expected it would be the Red Army that came out here with the win, and they did just that. They knocked the socks off the Grey Wolves and they got the job done. So for here at the Sports Forum, for Andy Townsend, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, and we thank you for watching this first game.